it going? My name's illfittingtrousers, and today we're going to be talking about this PlayStation State of Play for June 2nd, 2022. And before we get into all this, though, I just want to say thank you guys so much. We hit 100 subscribers on YouTube. That is awesome. That is so cool, guys. Thank you so much. I really appreciate everyone who's hit that subscribe button, everyone who's lurking in the background just watching these videos. Consider hitting that subscribe button. Be part of the team. Be part of, every subscription helps me out, helps the channel out, and I appreciate it. So, again, thank you guys so much for doing that. Anyway, back to the predictions. Number 10, we're going to start off something that's, I feel like, very obvious for everyone. It's got to be Hogwarts Legacy. I know we just got a PlayStation State of Play for Hogwarts Legacy, like, exclusively. But due to the fact that, like, PlayStation is their main advertising for Hogwarts Legacy, it's going to be at a third-party State of Play. For those of you who don't know, this State of Play so far has announced that it's going to be PlayStation 2 VR and third-party games. So I feel like Hogwarts Legacy easily fits in that category. PlayStation's the one promoting it. It's got to be there. One of my most anticipated third-party games from, for PlayStation. Hogwarts Legacy, it's everything I want a Harry Potter game. I love Harry Potter, and it's everything I want a Harry Potter game to be. Spells, open world, you get to explore Hogwarts, just the creativity, the beautiful landscapes, everything. It's what a good Harry Potter game should be. I think it's silly, and I think it's ridiculous we haven't had a real Harry Potter game. So Hogwarts Legacy, honestly, for 2022, it's coming out, I think they said November. I know it has a release date already. But I'm looking at you for, Game of the Year contender. Honestly, I think Hogwarts Legacy, if any third-party game's going to do it, I think it's Hogwarts Legacy. Or Elden Ring, but probably, they're both good. They both look really good. Coming in at number 9 is Horizon Call of the Mountain. Now, Horizon Call of the Mountain is a VR game set in the world of Horizon Zero Dawn, Forbidden West, all of that. It's already been announced. It's already in development. We've already seen a little bit of it. As far as I can tell, it looks like it's going to be a PS2 launched, or PSVR 2 launch title. The landscapes look fun. I also think this game can shine a light on Horizon Forbidden West, which kind of got overshadowed due to Elden Ring, which a lot of games got overshadowed due to Elden Ring. So I think it might help draw more attention to that game and get people more excited about it, as well as, a really neat VR world to explore. So yeah, I'm looking at Horizon VR for something very fun VR experience, for one of my first VR experiences with the VR2. Coming in at number 7 is a game that may happen and honestly really should happen, but they haven't. It, from what they've confirmed for the showcase for, it might, it's not confirmed to happen, is God of War Ragnarok. So, again, this showcase is only confirmed to be third-party titles and PlayStation 2 VR. God of War is not going to be a PlayStation 2 VR game, and it's definitely not a third-party title. So, where does God of War fit in this? Well, God of War is a game that's supposed to come out this year. They had it a loose release date in 2021. It got pushed back to 2022, and now we're here in June, and we've seen gameplay, but we haven't seen a release date yet. Now this is kind of where I start to hold God of War accountable for their, where they say their actions are. Giving games a loose release date is fine by all accounts, and I appreciate that more than, well, like what Starfield did. Starfield gave out a hard release date and then promised it would get that hard release date. I get it, games get delayed, it happens. But don't promise us it's coming out, this time. And then, like, yeah, like, it just makes people mad and upset. And, like, and honestly, like, if this happens with God of War, I'd understand. Like, it got delayed again, and, like, you weren't, there's a thing, for me at least, that I feel like, if a game's going to get delayed, communicate it. I'm rambling, though. Anyway, God of War, I feel like, has to have some presence at this PlayStation State of Play. Whether it's, hey, God of War State of Play coming up June 23rd or something. Like 20 days later, whatever. I'd be fine with that. I think everyone here would be fine with that. Granted, yeah, you're not getting God of War gameplay, and that kind of sucks, but, like, they announced you're getting God of War gameplay in, like, 2-3 weeks. Like, that's something, but, like, if God of War doesn't make any sort of appearance here, it's gonna be a letdown for a lot of fans who have been waiting patiently for this game. So I really think they need to, at least, if that's the only first-party game they show here, that's fine with me, and I'm sure that's fine with a lot of fans. Coming in at number 6 is a series that, I guess it's a series. I guess it's okay to call it a series now. But is a game that fits, a series that fits in this VR category very closely and very well. And that would be Astrobots Rescue Mission, Astro's Playroom, whatever you want to call it. The Astro series, the Astrobot series, whatever, I think it's time, if we're launching a PlayStation VR 2, it should launch with Astrobot. Astrobot has become very iconic to the PlayStation in such a short time. And I think he should be a launch title for the PlayStation VR 2. You created not only, like, a basic, not really a tech demo, but, like, something that showed off, I guess it would be a tech demo, but it showed off all the amazing things the PlayStation DualSense could do. And I think having something like that for the PlayStation VR 2 would be amazing. I think it would fit very perfectly. People love Astro's Bot. People are gonna want to play it more. I think it's time for another Astrobot game. It's definitely time for another Astrobots game. Coming in at number 5 is another game that I feel like is very obvious. It's coming out very soon. It's getting a lot of eyeballs. It's definitely getting a lot of people's interest. And that is going to be Square Enix's Forspoken, a new IP from Square Enix, launching on PC, I believe, and on the PS5. Forspoken looks amazing. Honestly, I Square Enix is one of my favorite companies, and I think you'll notice from this list that they really are one of my favorite companies. But Forspoken is a game that I've been, like, trying to stay away from news-wise, media-wise. I do not want anything spoiled for this game. So I'm just going to show a little bit of the gameplay here and let you guys see what you see. And you'll understand. Like, this game is fantastic. It looks so pretty. It looks like it's going to be so much fun. I'm scared because Square Enix has made a lot of questionable decisions, but that's more of their management, not really their game developers. So We'll see how the questionable decisions the management has done affects the game. But I don't really feel like it's going to affect this game too much. Nor do I think it will affect any other games. I think they just need to stay away from NFTs. Coming in at number 4 is Star Wars. Star Wars something, anything Star Wars is fine by me. Whether it be a little bit more look at Knights of the Old Republic, or Eclipse, or Star Wars Jedi Survivor, which just got announced recently, so probably not that one. Or whether it's a new Star Wars announcement, or something incredible. Star Wars something is going to be here, and it's because Star Wars is freaking out lately with all of these announcements. They're just dropping game announcement left and right and left and right, because I think they're just realizing, like, Star Wars is a good media, like, video games is a good media or medium to, like, tell your Star Wars stories on. And I agree 100%. I agree. Star Wars and video games are hand in hand at this point. But, like, seeing a little more of Knights of the Old Republic, even if it's a little teaser, there's been so much stuff in the air about Knights of the Old Republic with, I believe their lead writer left, which is a little scary for sure for someone who's really excited for this game. But yeah, like, show me the Star Wars, dude. I'm haunted by the kiss that they never should have given me of all this Star Wars stuff, and now I want more. All right, give me the Star Wars. Coming in at number 3 is probably something that won't happen for like another year or so. But I want it to. I really, really want it to. And that would be Final Fantasy VII Remake 2. So, if you guys don't know, they broke Final Fantasy VII into, I keep hearing 4 parts and 3 parts or whatever, but they broke Final Fantasy up into parts. And having finished the incredible story that was Final Fantasy VII Remake, I just want more. I want more. Episode UV was such a nice way to hold me over for a little bit. But, like, we need an announcement for 7-2. I was one of the people, like, I'm very excited for the next installment of Final Fantasy, which we'll get into a little later on this list. But, I was a little upset when I saw it at first, because I wanted Final Fantasy VII Remake 2. Whatever, the next chapter of the Final Fantasy VII Remake. I needed that. And to know we weren't going to get it for a little longer really hurt. I think now is the perfect time to just even a teaser for it at this point is like, I'll weep tears of joy. It's also Final Fantasy VII's anniversary. I think it's their 35th anniversary? Yeah, their 35th anniversary. Excuse me, sorry. And now's the perfect time for it because it's Final Fantasy's 35th anniversary. So, like, dropping all this Final Fantasy news, especially, like, since 7 Remake, whatever, Chapter 2 of the 7 Remake, whatever you want to call it, it's probably going to be PlayStation exclusive at launch. I think a showcase like this would be the best time to do it, a third-party showcase, to make the announcement of it. This year, especially, because it is their 35th anniversary. So, fingers crossed, I'm not gonna clown up and start putting on my clown makeup to see Final Fantasy VII Remake. But definitely want to see it there. Hopefully sometime this year. Alright, coming in at number 2 is something that I think has to happen. I think it has to happen. And it was such a big deal when the last installment was VR compatible that I think it has to happen. with its current installment, which is Resident Evil Village. So Resident Evil 7 Biohazard had a VR mode, and people flipped for it. Some people, like, I'm too much of a wimp. I am too much of a wimp for horror, so I never touched it. But people flipped out about it. I was working at GameStop when the demos and stuff were coming out for the VR mode for Resident Evil Biohazard. And my boss was telling me that, like, it was creepy and it was freaky, and she loved horror. So like, I think the horror fans want it. I think everyone wants to be close to Big Lady in VR, which everyone needs a little Big Lady in their life. But yeah, I think it has to happen. A VR showcase, it's the perfect time to do it. Honestly, I feel like if it's not going to happen at the VR showcase for PlayStation, it might not happen at all. Unless there's, like, I guess it could happen down the line, but I feel like if they aren't going to do it with the launch of, like, a PlayStation VR or something, like, they're probably just going to keep working on what they're working on. So hopefully Big Lady VR, Big Lady Simulator, is what I want for Christmas. I know it's what you guys want. Yeah, if you guys want Big Lady, type Big Lady in the chat or in the comments below, and I will like every single one of them. Number 2 is one of my preferences that I don't know. It will blow my mind if it happens, especially at this showcase. But if it doesn't happen at this showcase, I won't cry. It's just something I want, It's just something I need, and that will be Iron Man VR 2. So Iron Man VR was a PlayStation VR exclusive, and it was by far one of the best VR games I've ever played. Now, when you think of, like, an Iron Man VR game, for those of you who haven't played it, what would you think that would be? Because my first thought was it was going to be an on-the-rails shooter. But no, Iron Man VR took it to the next level. And why it wasn't necessarily, like, open world or anything, it gave you the freedom to control the suit. It gave you the freedom to be Iron Man. And that, by far, was one of the best things I think an Iron Man VR game could be. You get to fly the suit. You get to control the directions you move. You can dodge missiles. It's incredible. It was insane. So it gives you this like small battlefield, basically, but you can fly all around it. I think one of the battlefields was in Japan, which was really cool. And then there was just, like, outside, like, his house, like the ocean house in Miami. It was incredible. It was incredible to fly around. It was incredible to be Iron Man. Insane. It was great. And, like, even the villain was Ghost, who, like, can control technology and, like, take over it. And it made it a little scary to actually be in the suit when she would, like, just randomly pop up on your screen and, like, shut your systems down. And, like, it was insane. I want another Iron Man VR game. I would love that. And I, like, you had upgrades where you could, like, have, like, a little machine gun wrist as well as your, like, propulsors and, like, a tank missile. It was so cool. Iron Man VR, it was a must play. It's a must play if you get a VR. For me, like, it gets the trouser stamp of approval. All right, like, it's a great game. All right, and last but not least is Final Fantasy 16. Now, Final Fantasy 16 is my most wanted PlayStation game this year. We haven't seen anything of it for like 2 years now. 2 years around the time I think this showcase happens. So it's time. It's time. There were some interviews saying like the game is all but completed. So like they were just finishing up the little details. I think it's very likely that that's going to be their final reveal, because Final Fantasy 16 is a big deal to a lot of people. Final Fantasy is a big deal to a lot of people. Square Enix is one of their biggest third-party... PlayStation and Square Enix work very closely together. So it's not surprising that, that might be their show closer. I can't wait to get my hands on Final Fantasy 16. And again, it's the 35th Final Fantasy anniversary. And we're not getting announcements. We're not getting anything big right now. It's insane that we're not. So where's all this Final Fantasy stuff? We're about halfway through the year now. 35 years is a big deal. Show me the Final Fantasy. Show me the Final Fantasy. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate you and you and you and you. And guys, if you guys aren't subscribed, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Let me know you guys like these type of videos, and I'll keep making them. Anyway, yeah, you guys have a great night. And if you want to watch the showcase with me, twitch.tv/illfittingtrousers will be live at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, an hour before the show. And I will see you all there. Bye.